Welcome to Big D, Dallas, Texas, and the house of Pony Express. Dickerson and James and SMU hoping to restore the glory and get things started in this. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Hurricane offense makes its way onto the field to start this game. And there he is, a man who makes an entire stadium hold its breath every time he touches the ball, Jesse.
This defense better have a lot of breath in this game, too, because he gets better as the game goes on. He's the kind of guy, David, who can wear a defense down.
And he is the primary focus. That's what this defense is focused and keyed in on. We got to stop them if we're going to have success today.
Give to the single back. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line this week.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Williams looking for a man. Quickly complete. Now they've got even more breathing room. 1 and a fresh set of downs. And the Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Nice move to keep moving.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards of pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at that. That usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Back to the ground with the running back. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. When they play physical, they've got great teams.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. The pull and throw off the RPO. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him back.
Trying to burn this defensive back. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously a quarterback that has had a lot of success here in recent weeks. You wonder maybe if he's feeling himself just a little bit too much. A little bit too eager here in the opening drive. Taking a shot deep down the field. He probably should shouldn't have. The defense made him pay for it with the INT.
First down here for the offense. The give to the back. Shakes off the defender. It's brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Finds his man. It's idle matter. They make the stop after the catch. It's still some work to do to pick up that first down. Set up for second and short after that completion. They'll give it to the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
He'll pull it on the read. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Quarterbacks like this are what makes college football so special today. It seems like we see these unbelievably athletic quarterbacks all across the country, week in and week out, making plays like this. Guys that are true dual threats, that can hurt you not only throwing it, but can hurt you running it as well.
He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play call? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Sends his first one of the day on the wing. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next one.
There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers, it freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, boom, and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water bugs, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the ball.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
The Mustangs will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. The RPO, fire complete to the left.
And I love working the slot receiver. You see so much. That's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot. Maybe get him matched up with a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Williams will pass. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. On the run, it's Fletcher. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
The Hurricanes look to keep this drive humming. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Carr.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when you start getting those long yardage situations.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Great move. Now he's got room. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Lets it fly deep downfield. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. The back goes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Jennings. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast to force the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Lining up from the 34 on first down. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. The quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
He wants to throw it again. He's going to run it. Still on his feet at the 45. And he scoops his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic.
He unleashes a long one. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
The handoff to Johnson. And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Dropping back, it's Jennings. He's right on target. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
Maybe a little long for a field goal, definitely too short to punt. Not much of a choice here as they'll go for it on 4th down. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. Handoff from the gun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the 4th quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout so you get tired and get worn down in the 4th quarter.
Makes the grab. It's Ironman. Makes the catch and is brought down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove. He's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. And that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to run for it. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Splits the uprights. Good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. They'll go to the ground. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for us.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Hurricanes getting set on 1st and 10. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Williams looking for a man. Gets it out quickly. And the ball squirted out. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Fumbles a great relief for him, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player. Start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, you know more runs are coming. You really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turn.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Right? The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Out of the gun to get up to the back. Just plowing ahead. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game?
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, SMU!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defense all year long.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Williams will pass. Using the quick game. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. They want to just keep throwing it. Coming after it. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And they won't be able to down it. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Wants to throw. It's Jennings. Lost one deep down the right side. And it's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Mustangs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That drive a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Give to the running back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Williams looking for a man. Complete to the left. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Comes out throwing on first down. He lofts one down the sideline. And they're unable to connect on the long pass. He caught it, but he was out of bounds. It's incomplete. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Dallas to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Gerald J. Ford Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Canes will kick it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
Quarterback on the keeper. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too because it's obvious the defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Finds the tight end. He stopped at the 32-yard line, pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll try the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all of the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Keeping it on the ground with a single back. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously, the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He leaves it with his back. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Getting some heat. A little screen to the running back. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down.
And he didn't get big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. So last time down, they ate up the clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up leagues, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, get more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Got his man in the middle. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on it, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that they tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Complete to the right. He'll work his way down to the 28.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be a great unit defensively, you've got to be good on third down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a third down like that, that is just a gut punch.
Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll give it to Johnson. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Makes the catch. It's Maryland.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these third downs present themselves.
Can't make contact with the kicker like that. A costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. To the ground with the back. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the 3rd. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. The defense trying to make a stand on 3rd and goal. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, SMU. And the route is on.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That drive covers 62 yards for the touchdown. And they capped the drive on a 4-yard touchdown pass. They're just about ready to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half-second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running.
Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football. They play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. Williams will pass. He He's got his man across the middle. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Yeah, and I love running my tight ends across the formation. Just big targets that I can find a way to get the football to. Nice snag, nice little positive gain for my offense.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the tight end. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. And the Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. He'll just keep slinging it. Fires deep toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Gets it out fast. Tackled immediately after the catch.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He's got it on the move. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game. But trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a...
Touchdown, Canes! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. Power football with the run.
Defense is about firing off, getting the offensive guys and staying in the gaps. Everybody knows where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
He's going for it all. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. Hold on just a second, guys. Flag on the play. You must protect the kicker when he's in a defenseless position like that. That penalty's going to get the offense a first down. To the air, it's Jennings. They're bringing heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16. Now facing a third and long. He'll keep it himself. Discards a man. Almost got to the sticks on third down. Able to pick up 6, but they're looking at a 4th and 1.
How easy was that? I mean, when you got a quarterback that can run design runs like this and get you 5+ yards just and make it look that easy, God, it makes it really hard for the defenses to stop.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Mustangs line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down to the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 2nd and goal. He'll pull it on the read. Touchdown, Mustangs! And the punishment has been extended.
Well, they go back to the option play. Now this is the 2nd time, Pollock, this QB has scored running this scheme offensively.
Yeah, and as a defense, you got to understand when you're playing the options responsibility of football. I got to stop my assignment. I can't get caught doing somebody else's business. You can tell this defense not really ready for this quarterback run game. They better figure it out, or it's going to be a long game.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Bang it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it away the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Yeah, I love that the QB understood I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a 1st down.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Williams looking for a man. Took a shot as he threw. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. Pulls it in. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. And the Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw it again. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and lead the clock.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. They'll try to get it through the air. It's complete. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. Pushing ahead, a tough run, picks up 4, it's down to 15. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Second down coming up. Williams will pass. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. And listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. The Hurricanes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Snapped it in the shotgun. Pressure coming. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you can tell. They were ready, they were fast, they were physical.
And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. The AT unit on the field. Right down the middle. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
starts with the kick, right? You got to kick the top of the football, get a good bounce, get kind of lucky, right? Like it's got to bounce off the guys, and the kick team was ready, pounced on the football. They got the ball and got some momentum.
First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Unleashes one. He makes a catch. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Carr. Touchdown, Miami! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Nice job by the offense coming down the field.
What did y'all draw up? What were you saying to each other before that play?
Still need some good things to happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the play was, but I just know anybody that gets the play called for them is going to execute on this offense. Everybody came to this whole week. Everybody came in.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Not much drives for anxiety. They're waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. The give as they work on that clock. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Give him 88 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. Now on 2nd down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a 1st down. Running back searching for a hole. The Mustangs will keep this drive going. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Jennings. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Yeah, and that's nice coverage. He's taking a shot, trying to throw the ball to the end zone. Maybe put that thing up a little bit higher where his guy can go up and make a play and come down. Nice job by the defender, just getting his fingertip on the top of the football.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. Got it behind the line. It's Hudson. He's brought down solid. Pick up a little bit short of the 1st down. Timeout called there by the defense. Desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the 3rd time tonight. He splits to the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little more. With that field goal, now it takes a touchdown to beat them. So you want to pin them back and then let the defense have a little room to work with. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got him, and nobody's close. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sideline, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
Williams looking for a man. He lets it fly. And they dial up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. He's looking to throw. Just had to get rid of that. Good job to avoid the loss. Being started out great on this drive, but then a couple of incompletions, and now it's 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quickly complete. He is stopped short of the line of the game. The 4th down try goes awry, and that might just do it. Here comes the offense on 1st down. The give out of the gun. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Win. It seems the only obstacle in their path could be getting bored or not paying close enough attention as they continue their run toward perfection.
And everything's just lined up beautifully for this team this year. We knew coming into the season they had guys that could go out and make plays and win games. We knew all about the coaching staff, but we've been able to avoid the injuries. The schedule has been difficult at times, but they've been able to overcome those challenges. This team, right now, it's like the unstoppable force, David. Everything that gets put in their way, they're just knocking out.
Just mowing them down, shutting them down, doing everything they need to. And you know what's great about this time of year as a player? Award season. The banquets are around the corner, the Heisman Trophy awards, all those, the top